Well, hi and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. Today I want to introduce you to the third king of Israel, credited with being the wisest ever king. This man is credited with writing over 3,000 wise sayings and over 1,000 songs. He had great knowledge about the world, plants, trees, bushes, animals, birds, fish. People from all over the world would come and learn from him. And who was he? His name was Solomon, one of the sons of David, who I've been talking about these last few weeks. Now Solomon took after his father and worshipped God. He prayed and offered sacrifices to God, and God was pleased with him. So God offered Solomon a choice. The choice was simple. "What would you like me to give you?" asked God. And Solomon's answer was for great wisdom, so that he could rule Israel well. God was so pleased with this answer that he decided to give Solomon all the things he could have asked for, like fame, wealth, long life, to give him these sorts of things as well. So I found myself thinking, what does it mean to be wise? Well, there's a little story we can read that's given as an example of his wisdom. Although bear with me, because it's got a bit of a shock in it, this story. Kings at that time were also the equivalent of the Supreme Court. There was no higher decision maker in the land. And one day a case was brought to Solomon for him to rule on. Two women came with a baby. As they told their opposing sides of the case, Solomon learned that both these women had had babies at about the same time. They lived together in the same house, but no one else lived there with them. Now, one very sad and fateful night, one of the babies died. One of the women claimed that it was the other one's baby who had died. So while she slept, the other one had swapped the living and the dead babies over. And when she woke up, she suddenly found that there was a dead baby next to her that wasn't hers. Of course, the other woman claimed that this was a lie, and the first woman was simply trying to take her baby off her. Which one to believe? At the end of the day, there's one baby who is completely innocent in all this, and he just needs to be kept with his real mother. So Solomon came up with a plan. He asked a soldier to bring him a sword, and then he announced his judgment. "Since you can't agree which is which, we'll simply cut this baby in half and you can have half each." Complete shock across everyone present. Surely the king can't do this, but Solomon raises the sword to divide the baby into two pieces. One of the women screamed and pleaded with the king, "Don't do this. Just give the baby to the other woman. Don't kill him." And at the same time, the other woman shouted, "Go ahead, then neither of us has the baby." Now, of course, Solomon knew exactly who the real mother was. He put the sword down, he picked the baby up and passed it to the one who had pleaded not to kill the baby. And he sent them on their way, and everybody would know whose baby it was. It's generally not accepted as good practice to settle cases in that kind of way, but it worked in this case. And the wisdom that Solomon displayed was to know how the true mother would react and quickly resolve the dispute once and for all. And it's just one story that spread the fame of Solomon's wisdom all over the world. I wonder what you would ask for. I wonder what I would ask for if God gave me the choice. What would I like? I don't know. I don't know what I'd ask for. I can see so many things wrong in this world that I'd love to see fixed. I suppose it raises a question about where I put my priorities. I mean, yes, in life we have to live, we have to look after ourselves and our families. But at what point, where do we draw the line of where we then start to try to make a difference in the world around us? Even though I might not ever have that conversation with God where he offers me anything that I want, I can still look around and see where it is that I can make a difference and ask God for his direction and his help to do that. Maybe that's something to think about this week. I think we all find ourselves seeing situations that we wish were different, and that we might have some small capability to at least make things a little bit better for people. Why not ask God to help you be that change this week? God bless you and have a great week. I hope you can be God's blessing to somebody. I'll see you next time.